What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Max, and today we're back to how Beyond Scared Straight failed to prevent kids from becoming criminals. If you're new, drop a like, subscribe, go to 1,000 subs. I ain't gonna lie though, bro. As a kid growing up, I used to like imagine what I would do in these scenarios, bro. How I react and shit. So I'm kind of surprised that it failed to like prevent kids from becoming criminals because like I ain't gonna lie, bro. I didn't go to jail, but I've seen these shows, and it showed me like, yo, that's something I do not want to be in. But being in the cage all day around straight men, like ew.
Beyond Scared Straight is easily one of the most controversial shows in history. Parents of troubled youth pay for their children to tour the inside of a prison or county jail so they can be exposed to the dark reality of life behind bars.
Wait, the parents pay?
They meet with real inmates who strike fear into them with threats, with the goal being to prevent today's teenagers from becoming tomorrow's prisoners. But their exposure therapy techniques are definitely questionable.
What the f*** wrong with you, dog? Chill out.
You are starting in the wrong way.
This Kool-Aid, we put this on just like you. Lick your lips. Now stick your hand in that Kool-Aid. Just stick it in there. Now take your finger, just do this to the bottom one. Come here.
Oh hell no. Yo! Nah, no wonder they canceled this shit, bro. No, this nigga's about to kiss a little white boy, bro. No way. I ain't gonna lie though, bro. Like, if this don't prevent you from being a bad kid, bro, you like men, bro. Simple. You might be homosexual, my nigga. Because if a grown man make me rub my lip and I'm 13, bro, and he goes in for a kiss, I'm traumatized for the rest of my life, bro. I'm becoming the most model citizen there is.
It's you orange flavor mother.
Even a girl shot.
Yo, hard. Man, you a hard. You want to be hard? There you go. You want to do? Try me. Try me. Yeah, try me. I want you to try me. I want you to try me. Try.
Now, there's no doubt that the show
That nigga's strong as shit
and has given us some pretty hilarious moments over the years. However, our entertainment is at the expense of children's suffering. And the craziest part is, it has been proven on multiple occasions that Scared Straight doesn't work. In fact, it might actually increase their chances of becoming lifelong criminals. A lot of people don't realize that Scared Straight is not just a television show on A&E. It's a program that has been implemented all over the United States for the past 50 years. And the reason it got so popular was based on just one alleged successful experiment. Scared Straight was the name of a television documentary released in 1978, produced by Arnold Shapiro. It was critically acclaimed, won an Academy Award, and even won an Emmy.
See, they're gonna put lipstick on your lips, earrings in your ear, and have you swishing your ass up and down these tears, hustling cigarettes for your man.
What did I say? What did I say, mother? You're here for 2 hours. You belong to us for 2 hours.
The film documented youth offenders who visited Rahway State.
So this shit originated in New Jersey? That's crazy. I used to live in New Jersey.
Prison in New Jersey. They met with inmates with the goal of being so scared of going to prison that they went on to live a straight or crime-free life. The documentary claimed that 80 to 90% of the 8,000 children who visited Rahway's program would go on to remain law-abiding citizens afterwards. The popularity and surprisingly positive results led to more than 30 states rapidly implementing the program. No further questions were asked. Jails and prisons all over the country saw one documentary and thought they had a solution to all of their youth offender problems. The program's validity was immediately questioned by juvenile delinquency professionals, but that didn't stop it from becoming popular. The original documentary was followed by Scared Straight, Another Story in 1980, also produced by Arnold Shapiro. This one was just a dramatic film. The subjects were actors who did scripted reenactments of their petty crimes, which led them to entering the Scared Straight program, being screamed at, and then feeling reformed after a couple overnights in the prison. Then in 1987, Scared Straight 10 years later aired.
I'll be your host for Scared Straight 10 years later. A fascinating update on what's happened to the kids and the convicts filmed a decade ago.
Bro, they should do that now, bro. They should do like what happens. I ain't gonna lie though, they do recaps of like every episode, but it'll be like 2-3 months. And I ain't gonna lie, they might be right how this shit feels, bro. Because every time like they'll show the kid crying in the throughout the whole trip, apologizing to his mom, saying he's gonna change, and then they show the little recap 3 months later what he's up to. The nigga right back doing to the same fuck he was doing before. So this shit really might not work.
What I steal, I need and I want.
That's embarrassing. 10 years ago, yeah, I did that. I did that to look good. Now the difference is I want to look good, but I like to pay for what I take.
We got to see the original 1978 crew, and they all explained how much the program changed their life for the better. The second half of the documentary introduced a new group of troubled teenagers. After their trip to Rahway State Prison, the documentary claimed that all 17 of the youth offenders were crime-free just 3 months after their visit. Then MTV connected with Shapiro for another sequel, Scared Straight 99. This documentary was potentially the most raw and shocking of them all. The prisoners were threatening these kids to levels we had never seen before.
That's
One
a kid?
inmate made a kid hold his pocket as he walked around the cell.
As a matter of fact, hold on to this mother. Hold on to my white dog. And you walk with me, mother.
This was highly regarded as one of the best out of the series, and people still genuinely believe this was an effective form of therapy for youth offenders.
I don't see how it's not though. Like, for me, if another grown man made me hold his pocket, well, if I'm a kid and a grown man made me hold his pocket and told me he's gonna kill me if I didn't do that, I promise you I'm on my best behavior forever, bro. These niggas don't listen. I don't know what's wrong with them mentally, but theoretically this shit should work, bro. Like, showing them the real shit, bro. Not sugarcoating nothing and showing them, yo, this is how it is. This is what you should expect. Like, don't sugarcoat nothing. Show them the real.
Which makes sense when you consider the societal standard during this time period. Mental health issues that are widely known today had not been vigorously studied. Mental health as a whole wasn't taken as seriously as it is now.
That's facts.
Plus, it was a lot more common for parents to use tough love and physical punishment to discipline their children. These programs were seen as an extremely cheap and convenient solution to a very complex problem that is juvenile delinquency. But where Scared Straight received renowned media attention was when they released their 20 years later special. They claimed that of the 17 original 1978 children, only one of them became a career criminal. The 95% success rate shocked news publications. Scared Straight was a miracle solution. They used 17 people's stories for 20 years to justify this entire program around the United States. But the popular A&E series you all know and love didn't come until 2011 and was produced by the same man, Arnold Shapiro. But first, a quick word from our sponsor, Everything
free promotions. Come on, bro.
MTC and many states download the Underdog. So by the time most of us became aware of Scared Straight, it had already been a well-seasoned program all over the United States for 30 plus years. Beyond Scared Straight was a TV show that documented the experiences of troubled children as they embarked on a forced tour of a maximum security prison or jail. During the tours, inmates and officers would go to the greatest lengths, screaming, locking them in cells, putting lipstick on them, roughing them up, anything they could do to shock the children and make them terrified of going to prison in hopes that it would steer them clear of a life of crime.
What's up? You like to fight, homie? That's what you like to do, huh? You little bitch. You's a bitch, homie. You's a Pop-Tart. I see right through you, homie.
You better not stop. You better.
Them weak ass push-ups.
Hey, you a hard, you want to hold?
There you go.
Yo, no bullshit. This nigga's strong as shit, bro. Like, even though this is a kid, bro, he weighed at least 120 pounds, bro. Nigga just picked him up on some light shit all the way up here, bro. Like, this nigga's strong as fuck, bro.
Try me.
Should you smirk at me?
He says he don't know. You can't speak up, can you?
Are you
Why
smirking
can't you
at
speak
me?
up?
Fact, bitch, you hold this. You drop it, I'll smack out of you. I don't give a about going.
This was the most staggering and horrific Scared Straight program we had ever seen, and people loved it. The show's premiere alone attracted a staggering 3.7 million viewers,
I was one of those people.
making it the most watched original series debut in the network's history. The undeniable success of Beyond Scared Straight led them to producing 83 episodes across 9 seasons, spanning from 2011 until 2015.
And they didn't bring it back.
The most eye-opening realization about this show is that the Scared Straight program was proven by the federal government not to work. Since the release of the original film, many justice institutions and criminal prevention professionals have thoroughly studied the effects of the program to determine if it actually works. Surprisingly, numerous studies have shown that the Scared Straight method can actually do more harm than good. The most significant study was conducted by the U.S. Department of Justice after the release of the original film. They examined the outcomes of 9 controlled trials conducted from 1967 to 1992. This involved over 900 children, with the average age of 15 to 17, who participated in Scared Straight-like programs in 8 different states. Also, each study was conducted by a different research team. Every one of these studies also had a control group that did not attend a Scared Straight program. So they were comparing youth offenders who went to Scared Straight versus youth offenders who didn't attend one, and measured their likeliness to become a reoffender. The study found no evidence to support the effectiveness of Scared Straight in similar programs. In fact, all analysis showed that involvement in these programs increased measures of crime and delinquency. In nearly every one of the 9 studies, the group who went to Scared Straight had a higher rate of reoffense than the group who didn't go. After this comprehensive study was published, many others were conducted with different test subjects.
So what could be the solution? If that's not the solution, what could it be, bro? Because, like I said, bro, and let me know if y'all disagree in the comments, bro. Theoretically, bro, that seems like the best solution to me. Showing the kids firsthand, bro. It's like, I don't know. I feel like hands-on experience is like the best shit. But I don't know. It might be something deeper. Maybe like I don't know what the problem could be. The solution could be.
Different age groups and different crimes. Many of the studies would produce very similar results. In 1997, University of Maryland researchers completed a report for Congress on the evidence for various crime prevention strategies. The researchers had no problem listing Scared Straight as one of the programs that doesn't work. To make things worse, these programs could potentially violate federal law. In 2002, which was 9 years before the first A&E episode aired, the Office of Juvenile Justice and Delinquency Prevention in Washington informed all states that Scared Straight programs or similar programs may violate the separation requirement of the JJDP Act. According to the Act, it is mandatory that juvenile offenders and non-offenders should not be detained or confined in any institution where they may have sight or sound contact with adult offenders. In short, it's illegal to have kids in jail with adults, which makes this clip even harder to watch.
A terrified 9-year-old boy dangled like a raw piece of meat in front of a pack of prisoners. His crime: stealing pocket change from his mom and lying.
I think that's crazy. That's insane. Sending this nigga to Beyond Scared Straight at 9 years old for taking quarters and lying to his mom about it is insane, my nigga. That's crazy. This type of program should be only for niggas that got like felonies, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like if you like niggas gang banging at age 13, niggas smoking weed, you know what I mean? Shit like that. But niggas selling pocket change is crazy. And look at this pic is insane. They grab like what?
Traumatizing a child to this degree for stealing pocket change is insane. Then filming it, editing it, and putting it out into the world is next level. One time they even showed these children a body and described to them what their parents would experience if they go to jail and die while on the inside. These programs typically break these children down. They start crying, are mortified, and just want to go home. The sad part is, their home life is probably rough as well. On the surface, the concept behind these Scared Straight programs makes sense. Troubled kids are so afraid of prison that they change their ways to avoid such a dark future. However, there are multiple examples that say otherwise. Toby Keith Johnson was first featured on the show on Season 3, Episode 13. He was quiet and didn't show any emotion. The guards tried to break him down and make him feel bad about his choices, but he didn't budge. At the end, when the parents reunite with the children, Toby's mother didn't show up. 8 months later, Toby was featured on the show again. This time, he was an inmate. He was incarcerated for allegations of assaulting his mom. He got out 2 years later on parole, but sadly, continued a life of crime. He was arrested multiple times on meth and gun charges, but the most recent one was the worst of them all. In August of 2020, he was arrested for imprisoning a 25-year-old woman and making threats of harm, with Johnson forcefully grabbing the victim by the throat, choking her, and violently throwing her to the ground.
Wow.
The aggression continued with it, even going as far as Toby threatening her with a knife. Law enforcement would report visible signs of bruising on the victim's neck. I think it's pretty obvious that Scared Straight had no positive effect on Toby whatsoever. Franklin Morris made his premiere on A&E in 2012. At the time of filming, he was living in Baltimore with his mother, Dana. In an emotional episode, Dana revealed the extent of Franklin's school suspensions, stating that she couldn't even begin to give a precise number. Franklin himself shared a nonchalant attitude towards his mother's concern, saying,
"My mother says I'm either going to end up dead or in jail. I really don't pay no mind."
At the young age of 14, Franklin participated in the program, already having convictions for gambling and vandalism. One of the incidents that landed Franklin a spot on the show saw Franklin and his friends wreak havoc in a store, knocking items off the shelves and vandalizing a local shop. Years after his time on the show, Franklin Morris became one of 3 teenagers who met a grim fate near a playground in North Baltimore. Alongside a 19-year-old and a 17-year-old, Franklin was found shot in the head and pronounced dead at the
My
scene.
God. Rest in peace to Franklin, man. I think the issue is, I think I know the issue now is, bro. No matter what you show these kids, bro, no matter where you send them to the jails to show them how the inmates live, the reason it's not going to change nothing is because of the environment they're in, bro. Is the phrase "you're a product of your environment" is true, bro, and you are who you hang around is also true, my nigga. If you're in the hood, bro, and there's really nothing, everybody around you's committing crime, all your friends are committing crime, you know what I'm saying, you're in a crime-infested neighborhood, that's where you really just learn. That's where you adapt to being. So it's like, I think the problem starts really in your neighborhoods, bro. Like, yeah. So we gotta fix up the neighborhoods some way, somehow.
Thought about going to the jail it really wasn't no big deal. The reset program, it didn't change me. It really don't feel no different.
Since the majority of the show's participants were children at the time, it's hard to find the long-term results of their lives. However, based on what I found, it seems like a lot of them went on to live regular lives. If you search "what happened to so-and-so from Beyond Scared Straight," most of what you find is clickbait leading you to an Instagram page of someone who we can't confirm was actually on the show. So if the program has been proved Instagram page of
dumb niggas, I think this nigga was on the show. I don't know about him, but that was one of the inmates on the show.
Someone who we can't confirm was actually on the show. So if the program has been proven to be ineffective through various extensive studies across the past 30 years, why did they do a show about it? Well, that's because the guy who has built his entire career from this program, Arnold Shapiro, is fully convinced that this program is a good thing. Shapiro says that all the extensive studies are totally irrelevant because they were done from 1967 to 1999. He also said that only the academic community believes proper counseling for youth offenders works. If society had the money or resources to do that, that would be great if every kid could have years of counseling, but it's not realistic. It would be interesting if A&E used the millions of profits from the show to get these youth offenders counseling, since society doesn't have the money, right? Shapiro shrugs off the criticism of Scared Straight. There's every variation. It works for some, it doesn't work for some, but you can say that about any program that exists.
I agree with him.
Shapiro thinks that as long as it works for some, then it justifies the program. And since the program exists, he is happy profiting off of it. He has openly admitted that the children they decide to be on the show are not the ones that they think will change, but rather the ones with the best personality. It really is based on their personalities and what happens with them. We didn't have any belief that Brandon T. from Michigan, who stood up to the officers and just kind of had a meltdown, would ever change. Even when the tour was over, he got thrown out, but we still picked him because it was so explosive, and we never saw anything like that before or since. Although other kids have stood up to officers, it's amazing. When I went through high school or even college, you never thought you would disrespect a teacher or an authority figure, especially somebody in law enforcement, but these kids have no fear. It's crucial to question whether the pursuit of profits overshadows moral principles.
I think I think I agree with him. I know he's doing it. His reason is for money. He's doing it just for the money. Obviously, you know, he's making millions, my nigga, off this shit. So obviously that's his reason to keep it alive. But it's true he's saying, one, you didn't show the percentages of the people that, because their shit was off the 17 was 95% of the 17 people that did the original program stayed out, committed no more crime, became regular civilians, right? That's one. You didn't show the percentage of the people that from the new series from 2000, whatever he said, 11 to 15, or however long it was. He ain't showed the percentage of people that went to jail from that. You can see it. Obviously, it wasn't 95% of people that stayed clean, but you only showed 2 examples of kids that really went the tragic route. You know what I'm saying? You only showed 2 examples out of 8-year span, 5-year span, 8 seasons. That's one. 2. It's true what the guy says. Everybody's personality is different, bro. It's gonna work for some, and not even just the kids participating in the program. It scares the people watching the program. Nigga, it worked for me, bro. I saw all those kids going through that shit. I seen niggas making niggas do this with their lips with the Kool-Aid. I seen niggas threatening to grape the niggas. You know what I'm saying? I seen the niggas threatening to beat them niggas up. And I looked at it, bro. I'm not built for that shit, bro. I've never committed no crime. You know what I'm saying? I seen it was a cage full of straight men. Sweaty all day, stink as hell. No women involved. I'm not going there, nigga. Hell no. So that shit works for the people. Some of the niggas participating, and it works for the niggas watching. So I think the program should still be up, bro. The counseling shit sounds good in theory. It sounds good. He said that speak with a counselor, but think about it. These kids is bad as shit already, bro. You think they're really gonna take that shit serious with them? They're gonna see that shit as a drag. Like it's like a chore for them. They might not even show up to the counseling. So it's like that shit not really gonna work, bro.
Corporate interests often prioritize ratings and financial gain over the well-being of humans, but it makes it even worse when you consider that the people they are affecting are not consenting adults. These are children, and it's being broadcasted to millions of people to watch them.
Only thing I disagree with was with the I don't agree with them putting the 9-year-old that stole change from his mom. Like, his mom is crazy for sending him to that shit just because he stole some money out of her shit and lied.
Being told that this is genuine rehabilitation, and they don't really have a choice to participate. Occasionally they rebel so much that they get kicked out of the jail, but most of the time they are trapped with no escape. The truth is, everyone wants a quick and cheap solution to an extremely complicated and layered social problem that is juvenile delinquency. But hey, as long as it works sometimes.
For me, bro, it's all the crime comes from obviously you as a human being, the way you're wired mentally. And then it also comes from the environment you grew up in, bro. That's what it is, bro. That's all it is. If you're a bunch of if you think about it, if all your homies are all selling drugs all day, every nigga you know is making money selling drugs, you think you're really gonna go work a 9 to 5? I mean, there's people that do it, but majority of people gonna be like, damn, why the fuck would I slave 8 hours a day when my homie just sold some crack and made the same I just made, the same amount of money I just made in a day? So I'm gonna go do that instead. It's easier. Or you think, you know what I'm saying? Everybody in my hood think it's cool to have guns. I was gonna get a gun too. Then you get pulled over by the cops, you go to jail. So it's shit like that, bro. You just do what you're around all day. If you're around people that, you know, getting good grades, where going to school is a good thing, studying is a good thing, you finna study, you finna get your grades up. But if you're in an environment where that shit's not really prioritized, you finna do the opposite. But hey, man, if y'all did them, drop a like, subscribe. Let me know in the comments down below what you think, if the program is effective or not. I think they should keep the program, like I said. The guy is right. It helps some. It doesn't help others. They didn't show the percentages of kids that it helped. If it decreased or not, they ain't argue that percentage. So I want to see, like, if it was 40% of niggas that went to the show stayed out of jail, or was it really low, like 10% of people that went to the show stayed out of jail? Like, they gotta show those numbers. So yeah, man, it's your boy. I'm out, man. Like, yeah, road to 1K. Let me know what y'all react to next in the comments down below.